May I introduce the stunning Miss Smith?
You certainly may. Scott McCloud, how do you do?
Very well, thank you.
Mr. McCloud's our head of security. He works night and day to purify Foggy Bottom.
Just doing my duty. You're Senator Smith's daughter.
That's right.
Yes, your father's quite the provocateur. Seems to take great pleasure in being a thorn in Senator McCarthy's side.
Mr. McCloud has a signed portrait of McCarthy hanging on the wall of his office. So I hear.
Oh, it's true. He's a personal hero of mine.
People say there'd be no McCloud without McCarthy.
Oh, they'd be right.
My father is not afraid to speak his mind in defense of his country.
Like your father, I do what I can to defend my country. Pardon me? Morton! I'll see you at dinner.
Yes.
What an insufferable prig.
Get ready. You're about to have dinner with several of the same.
Be careful, I might get used to this.
Used to.
Walking into a room on your arm. I'm surprised you didn't make a toast. Have you become shy?
Well, the men in Europe are much bolder. So I hear.
You've heard correctly.
I didn't know you smoked.
We all have our secrets. When I was in Madrid, I met two gentlemen at the Prado. They called themselves traveling companions. We struck up a conversation about Diablo. They invited me to dinner. They were well-traveled and so charming. At some point, one of them allowed his hand to rest on the hand of his friend. I must have been staring because he quickly pulled his hand away. Our eyes met, and I'll never forget the look on his face. And I remembered that I'd seen that look before. On Leonard's face. He can't help what he is. No one would choose to live with all that shame.
Hey.
I'm a mess.
No. No, you are not a mess. You're not a mess.
What you've done with the renovation is nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, well, thank you, but I had plenty of design help from this young lady. Didn't I?
Oh, you did.
I think it's a hidden talent you have.
Thank you.
Oh, sounds like you've got company.
Andrew's here.
Oh, yeah, that's our contractor. He's renovating the cabin.
Since he's giving up his apartment, Hawk insists on having a lair in the woods.
What husband wouldn't? It won't be long. Excuse me.
I'm surprised that he finally agreed to give up his apartment. He seemed quite attached to it.
It was handy working in town like he does, and so late sometimes. But he agreed. We don't need the extra expense.
Your father was the same. Away from home all hours. Lucy, take comfort in the fact that you're the one he loves and comes home to. The rest is all just about the meeting of needs.
I have no idea what you mean. Jackson, what is going on with you?
Dad's got someone staying at his cabin. Did you know that? Or do you not care?
It's late. You better go to bed. In all these years, I've never intruded on you at the cabin. I've never needed to. As long as I knew that family comes first. Does it?
Always. Andrew says you let him go.
I did. His work has been sloppy lately, and he's never on time.
He might have asked me first. But that's fine. I mean, we'll find someone else.
Hawk. When I was in Europe, I had an affair. Surely you knew when we married that I was not a virgin.
I hadn't given it much thought.
All this time, I thought that was why our married life was...
Hey, Lucy. I think you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
I want a family.
Well, so do I.
Then give me a baby.
You make me feel like I've never felt.
There she is.
Hi, my car broke down up the road away. I was wondering if I could
I know who you are. Hawk isn't here. He drove our daughter to her riding lesson.
May I use your phone? It's important.
You've been staying at Hawk's cabin.
Yes. It was wrong. I'm sorry. You have a beautiful family.
Years ago, you wrote my husband a letter. You slipped it under the door of his apartment. Do you remember?
Yes.
I burned it. He never saw it. Are you the only one who matters?
What?
Your children are here. I'm here. How dare you bring that man into our lives?
Look, it doesn't mean anything.
Don't insult my intelligence. He's on the run from the law.
He's not a criminal. He's an activist.
He's wanted by the police, and you helped him hide, Hawk. Do you know what you risked? All we've built together, your career, my life, our children's lives. You married me. If you can't give me all your love, give me enough respect to keep whatever this is out of our home.
That must be Mark. Hello. Someone named Tim Laughlin?
Tell him Hawk isn't here.
He asked for you.
Yes.
This is late, but I want to say I'm sorry for your loss. I sent a card.
We got it, thank you. And thanks for the call.
Hawk's been in touch. He calls late at night when he's been drinking. Are you there?
2 months ago, I gave Hawk an ultimatum. Do something about his drinking or find somewhere else to live. He left. I don't even know where he is. Somewhere in New York. Mr. Laughlin.
Call me Tim.
Mr. Laughlin, I can't worry about Hawk. I have a pregnant daughter and soon a grandchild to care for, and I can barely...
I think he's in trouble. I want to see him.
Are you asking for my permission?
Maybe.
He is in trouble.
Who's Tim Laughlin?
A friend of your father's. Why?
You've been quiet ever since he called, and I've never seen you drink in the daytime.
I guess I've picked up some of your father's bad habits. Luckily, deserting my family isn't one of them.
Mom, a long time ago, Jackson mentioned a man. Apparently, he stayed at our cabin in the country. Was it him?
I don't remember.
Jackson called him Dad's special friend.
Your father has a lot of friends. He's very popular.
Mom, please.
Please what? Your father's not here, Kimberly. I am. Do you have any idea what it takes for me to get out of bed in the morning and just walk to the shower? If you want to know about your father's relationship with Mr. Laughlin, you'll have to ask him about it. If you can find it. Kimberly, there are things about your father I don't understand. But I loved the life we made together. So I did what women of my generation were taught to do. I closed my eyes to things I didn't want to see. You and your father were so close. I always thought of Jackson as mine. My sweet boy. Maybe that wasn't right.
Mom, if the baby's a boy, I'd like to name him Jack. Is that all right?
I think that would be lovely. May I? How are you?
I have KS, recurring seizures, and my hair's falling out. What else? My social worker suggested I sign a do not resuscitate order. How are you?
The government ought to do more about this. It's terrible.
They could do more. But people like you would have to pay higher taxes.
My father used to argue for a national health care system. He believed government should take care of its citizens. So do I. It's not always wise to judge someone on appearances.
You're right.
This hospital is not what I expected it to be.
It's the only one like it in the country, where people with AIDS are treated like human beings. I'm sorry, Mrs. Fuller, but why are you here?
I don't know. You mean something to my husband. I suppose I had to see you so I would know.
No.
How much you mean to him.
Shouldn't you ask him? Right. That wouldn't get you anywhere.
No.
My time with Hawk was rushed, with years in between. You had him most of his life.
But you were always there. I could never get away from you.
It's not a contest.
Of course it is. It always has been.
Then why didn't you leave him?
Because we had a good life. And children. And then when Jackson... You don't want to hear this.
Please.
When Jackson died, it was so unbearable. The only comfort I had was knowing that Hawk understood that suffering, felt the same way. If I had had to bear that alone, I wouldn't have lived through it. I should be going.
Mrs. Fuller, thank you for coming to see me.
When you first came out here, I didn't mind. Tim means something to you. You deserve a chance to say goodbye. And I thought, God forgive me. When he dies, it will be over. The two of you. And you and I can have our life together in a way we never had it. Free of him. But now I know. It will never be over.
I'll fly home tomorrow, if that's what you want.
That's not...
Today, whatever you need.
No, Hawk, stop. You have unfinished business here. You need to see it through. Come home when you're ready, but when you do, I don't think I'll be there. I have to leave for the airport. I moved up my flight. I will stay with Kimberly and Mark for a while.
You're not gonna throw away 30 years of marriage just like that. We have a family. Grandbabies.
What about desire? Like the kind you had for Tim?
Lucy.
I have lived my whole life not knowing what it's like to be desired. Do you have any idea how lonely that's been?
Look, we're going to work this out. We always do.
Goodbye, Hawk.
Lucy.